and welcome to the New Zealand Rugby League 2020 Awards presentation.
What a year it has been, where our Kiwi Ferns played our one and only international test against Whetu Samoa, but we still have a lot to celebrate.
That's right. This year, the NZRL men's and women's premiership were stacked full of talent. And don't forget all the great performances by Kiwis in the NRL, including the Dally M Try of the Year in the NRLW, 3 individual Dally M awards and 8 Kiwis making the grand final. Now, why it's been a very testing, interesting year with the impact of COVID-19. What have you made of this year's season?
Oh, it's been so much different than we've ever known. And you know, I suppose the example is here we are about to present our top awards to our rugby league players for 2020 without a room full of guests who are eating steak and salmon or whatever it might be. So, you know, it has been a testing year for not only clubs but players and families. But I mean, it's changed something, you know, and for some reason, some say it might be, you know, a little bit better.
Now, we are here to celebrate our New Zealanders. So what have you made of the performances despite those setbacks?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. You know, like I say, a lot of players have had to deal with a lot of things throughout the year, but I suppose the lack of international tests hasn't been a factor because we've had a lot of other rugby league in terms of the NRL, the domestic and premiership competitions that we had this year as well. We've had plenty of rugby league to celebrate throughout 2020 despite all the disruptions.
That's right, and you mentioned that word celebrate, and that's what we're going to do tonight. Here's what's coming up for you for the rest of the show.
Over the next half hour, we'll be recognising the achievements of players, coaches and staff, along with announcing our 4 major New Zealand Rugby League awards. Join special guest 51 Test veteran Adam BLAIR and 2020 Dally M Captain of the Year Roger Tuivasa-Sheck as we celebrate the achievements of New Zealand Rugby League in 2020.
With no debutantes this year, there is no award for the Kiwis Rookie of the Year. However, we are still able to acknowledge the Kiwis Young Player of the Year. This award recognises a commitment to New Zealand Rugby League, involvement in the community and a significant impact to their team both on and off the field. Your 2020 Kiwis Young Player of the Year is Dylan Brown.
A frontline contender for a maiden Kiwis Test call-up, Dylan Brown makes it back-to-back NZRL Player of the Year awards after a superb season for Parramatta.
Fantastic young talent.
At 20 years of age, Dylan plays with a level of class and maturity beyond his years, drawing praise from the highest levels of the game for his outstanding defence and multifaceted attack.
The growth of Dylan Brown as an NRL player.
Brown made 16 regular season appearances for the Blue and Golds, with 9 line breaks, 52 tackle busts, 11 forced dropouts and scoring 5 tries.
On and off the field, I think Dylan's starting to show himself as a person and his true character. It's the things that he's doing on the field, obviously from a coaching point of view, that I'm enjoying watching. Those sorts of things are the qualities and the character of what we're looking for when we step up for the Kiwis.
Dylan is based in Australia and obviously, due to COVID restrictions, has been unable to join us in the studio tonight, but we caught up with him earlier.
This award means a lot. I'm a Kiwi kid. I left when I was quite young. So for me to get this award is very humbling, and it just makes me feel like I'm still connected with home. So yeah, that actually does mean heaps to me.
Congratulations to Dylan Brown on this prestigious award. Now, why he's only 20 years old, playing in one of the informed teams of the NRL, what have you made of his career so far?
Yeah, second season for Dylan Brown, and he sort of has had a rough 2 seasons as well, because he's come up with a couple of big injuries on the back of last year and also at the end of this year. But his progression as a player has been, I suppose, predicted, because if we sort of cast our minds back a little bit, the Warriors were looking at signing Dylan Brown before he even played the first grade game, knowing how good of a half he potentially could be. And he's starting to show that. He's getting better and better every year. I know it's only his second year in the NRL, but his numbers in terms of stats, they improved a lot this year in terms of his kicking, his running game, his defence as well. He is getting bigger as a player, and he's starting to turn into a real good quality half. I mean, he was a major part of the Parramatta Eels' success in the first half of the year. I think they were leading for a majority of the first half of the year before they started to fall off. And I suppose in the end of the year when he became injured, their sort of chances of making the grand final really slipped away. But his combination with Mitchell Moses and King Gutho, has a big part of the Parramatta Eels' success this year, and I know they'll be banking on that next year as well.
When I spoke to him earlier on in the week, he is a very ambitious young man, and he spoke about, his goal of making the Kiwis later on. How long do you think that is for him?
I think he would have got a call up this year had there been some internationals for the Kiwis to play. He's that good a player, and I'm sure Michael Maguire will want to try and get him in that jersey and work combinations as quickly as possible. But he does have the talent. He is one of the, he was one of the best halves in the NRL this year. So, I dare say he would have been named in the Kiwi jerseys had there been some internationals for him to play.
In 2019, Juliana Newman took out honours for the Kiwi Fern Rookie of the Year. This year, the Kiwi Ferns played our one and only international test for New Zealand against Whetu Samoa Invitational. With coach Ricky Henry naming 11 debutants in the squad, there was plenty of fresh talent on display. But one player stood head and shoulders above the rest. Your 2020 Kiwi Fern Rookie of the Year is Autumn Rain Stevens-Daly.
Bay of Plenty rugby union convert Autumn Rain Stevens-Daly enjoyed a meteoric rise after switching to rugby league in 2020. In a stellar season, Stevens-Daly was crowned most valuable player in the National Women's Championship and made her international debut at 5'8" for the Ferns. The 24-year-old was the star of the show at Mount Smart Stadium, playing a key hand in 2 tries and scoring 2 more of her own, including this blistering 50-metre effort.
That was beautiful from Autumn Stevens.
Yeah, Autumn Rain, she scored 3 tries in the first game we watched play, so her talent was on display pretty much straight away. Definitely someone for the future, and don't want to put too much pressure on her, but she could be someone special for us.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Kiwi Ferns Rookie of the Year for 2020. I suppose, first of all, you're a rugby convert. How has it taken you so long to realise rugby league was the better game? And also, how has the transition been over to rugby league for your first year?
It's been pretty easy, to be honest. And I wasn't really looking to play league, but just one of my coaches was like, "Can you please come play trial for our Upper Central Stallions?" And just from there, I was like, "This is fun. I'm just gonna enjoy myself, not put any pressure on myself, and just have a jam."
What was it like, running out in your first ever game for the Kiwi Ferns?
I was very humbled to be there, and I just took it all in, and I surprised myself, to be honest. I was originally just supposed to play on the wing, and then when the coaches named me in the squad to play Samoa, it was like, "Can you play half?" And I was a bit like, "Okay, I'll play there if you need me." And then, I just surprised myself, and it's actually quite a good position.
It's a fantastic position, and you did it so well. Congratulations once again, the 2020 Kiwi Ferns Rookie of the Year, Autumn Rain. Tēnā koe.
Thank you.
The Kiwi Fern Player of the Year award is given to the international player with the most impact both on and off the field. Previous award winners include the only 2-time winner in Hani Hireme Smiler, and last year the award found its way into Georgia Hale's trophy cabinet. This year, your Kiwi Fern Player of the Year is KRYSTAL ROTA.
KRYSTAL ROTA had a standout season in 2020. Captaining her country for the first time, the dynamic dummy half led the Kiwi Ferns to a 28-8 victory against Whetu Samoa Invitational in the year's only test match. And at 35 years of age, the 10-test veteran is no stranger to the captaincy role. ROTA captained the New Zealand Māori All-Stars and led Counties Manukau to their 11th straight title in the Sky Sport Women's Premiership.
KRYSTAL, I think for me, she's demonstrated that she's got some really good leadership qualities. I think for myself, worthy recipient, someone that deserves it, and
KRYSTAL couldn't make it into the studio today due to a minor illness, but she joins us now through the wonders of technology. Congratulations on winning Kiwi Fern's Player of the Year award. How does it feel to receive this accolade?
To win this accolade is such a huge honour and a privilege. Many female athletes in rugby league aspire to win this. So to win this season, I'm so truly grateful and honoured.
It's been a successful year for you as a Kiwi Fern, Māori All-Star, as well as a Sky Sport NZRL Women's Premiership winning captain for Counties Monaco. Considering 2020 has been a turbulent year for sport, how do you sum up yours?
I sum up my year as being an awesome one. You know, we didn't think we were going to get to play footy, and then on top of that, I've just won award on award, which I'm so truly grateful for. So I sum up my season as a very successful one, one that I'm extremely proud of myself for, and that I'm very grateful and honoured to have been a part of this season.
Finally, is there anyone you'd like to thank for the award?
For this award, I'd like to thank my babies for being my biggest motivators, to my parents, for being my backbone and my support. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to play rugby league and, you know, commit myself as fully as I do. To my physio who keeps me going, Sarah, you're amazing. And to our 3 coaches at the Kiwi Ferns for your belief in me and allowing me the opportunity to captain our team this season.
Congratulations, KRYSTAL, a very deserved award there, nā koe.
We would now like to acknowledge the career of a very special player. Adam BLAIR recently announced his retirement and will be remembered as a proud Kiwi and a player who always did those little things right. He sailed close to the wind at times, but is undoubtedly a man that many are proud to call teammate and friend.
We congratulate Adam BLAIR on a truly marvellous career. Just the second Northland player to represent New Zealand, Adam BLAIR is only the second player to bring up 50 tests for the Kiwis and the third New Zealander to pass the 300-game milestone in the NRL. Making his NRL debut for the Storm in 2006, it took only 16 rookie season appearances to convince Kiwi selectors he was ready for international football. Over 14 seasons, BLAIR played 51 tests for the Kiwis, second only behind the man who captained him on debut, Ruben Wiki, with 55. Career highlights include winning the 2008 World Cup, where he nonchalantly sealed the victory with a try.
The rugby league world is being turned on its head in this World Cup final.
And in 2010, with a come-from-behind win in the Four Nations. The former Kiwis captain announced his retirement prior to the Warriors' final round match, the 331st of BLAIR's NRL career.
E te rangasira, Adam, tēnā koe. Congratulations. Look, we haven't had an opportunity up until now to actually celebrate you achieving 50 tests. And to be fair, we actually don't even have your hat ready. This is your old captain, Ruben Wiki's portai that has been brought to us here. It's a beautiful looking hat, but you will have one of these in due course. Only 9 players have achieved 50 test caps throughout the history of rugby league. What does it feel like to join in such an exclusive club?
Yeah, thanks, Warangi. Yeah, I think when I look back over my career and I think about every time I put on the jersey and the people that have gone before me, the likes of Ruben, that has represented our country with pride and honour, I guess it's a privilege to be part of that group. Again, like you said, there's only 9 people that have done this and have got one of these caps, so it's an honour to be able to receive one and have one. I know this is not mine, but can't wait to get mine and have it up in my room. 51 tests. Do you have a favourite? There's a fair few in there, eh? I guess for me, my last test here in New Zealand at Eden Park, because I was able to have my family witness that milestone. My kids are going to have that memory for a long time. My wife, I had my grandma who has passed away that was there on that day. So I guess if I go back over my 51 test matches, my favourite one would have to be the one in Eden Park.
What you did rubbed off on a lot of up-and-coming rugby league players in history. The state of our Kiwi players going forward, in particular of forwards, what are your thoughts around the standard of our Kiwi players playing in the NRL at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's really good quality. Like you said and mentioned, the guys, the forwards that we have coming through, and it's mostly the right time that I've retired, because there's guys, that are better players than me, I think, that can go out there and do a really good job, and especially the guys from North, who I'm proud of being a part of, and I love seeing guys from up North do really well. So, the Fisher Harrises, the big Nelson Solomonas, and the likes that can perform at high-end quality stages. It's nice to see those guys doing that.
Awesome, bro. Congratulations on a fantastic international career and NRL career as well, and we wish you well for the future.
Thank you, brother.
The next award of the evening is the prestigious Kiwis Player of the Year. This award is given to the player that has performed to the highest standards at both NRL and international level. The previous two awards in 2018 and 2019 were both won by 32 Tests veteran Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. This year, with no international fixtures for the Kiwis, the award is based solely on NRL impact and performance. Your 2020 Kiwis Player of the Year is James Fisher-Harris.
In 2020, the front row hard man earned recognition as one of the NRL's best forwards, named in the Dally M Team of the Year, and playing an integral role in the Panthers' drive to their first grand final in 17 years.
Wrapped up by James Fisher-Harris. Who else, Matty? Fisher-Harris goes from dummy half.
Fisher-Harris, who passed the 100-game milestone for Penrith during the season, led the competition in post-contact metres, was the top forward in terms of total run metres, and is truly a worthy recipient of the Kiwis Player of the Year.
James is a bit of a quiet achiever. You don't get a whole lot from James. A man of not many words, but all about his actions, and that's pretty well wraps up what James is about.
James Fisher-Harris is also based in Australia, but he kindly gave up some of his time earlier in the week to send us this message.
I'm honoured and all that to get this award, and but yeah, been a tough year. The black jersey just means a lot. As a kid, like, you grew up, you always want to play for Kiwis, represent New Zealand. I think you just got to put in a lot of hard work and sacrifices, and your dream will come true.
Congratulations again, James Fisher-Harris. Why, he is very humble, and as Madge mentioned in that interview, a quiet achiever.
A real quiet achiever, and a quiet person off the field by all accounts. But he was by far one of the best props in the NRL competition for 2020. So much so that he was awarded with Prop of the Year on the Dally M Awards alongside Josh Papali'i. To be, I suppose, alongside Josh Papali'i in the Dally M Player of the Year Awards is an indication of how hard he worked and how good he was in 2020.
How much did he get out of being a part of the Panthers' minor premiers and making it to a grand final?
He would have got a lot out of it, but they also got a lot out of him. He was an integral part of their success this year. The run that they had, I think 17 wins in a row, led the competition for the majority of the year. It was, I suppose, disappointing. I thought they were the best team this year and probably deserved to win the grand final. But he was a huge part of their success, and I'm sure that their loss in the grand final will drive him even more to achieve success in 2021.
It is now time to announce our final award of the evening, the IRL Golden Boot 2019. This is an opportunity to officially recognise an international award that, unfortunately, due to COVID, we have been unable to formally celebrate until now. Judged by an independent panel drawn from worldwide rugby league media. The prestigious IRL Golden Boot is awarded to the player judged to be the best in the international game for that year. 4 former Kiwis have won the award: Hugh McGann, Stacey Jones, Benji Marshall and Sean Johnson. Adding to that list, the winner of the 2019 Golden Boot Award is, of course, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
Tuivasa-Sheck played in all 4 internationals in 2019, scoring a try in the win over Tonga at Mount Smart. The Kiwis then lost to Australia before enjoying 2 end-of-season victories over Great Britain. RTS was particularly influential in the tough 12-8 win over the Lions at Eden Park, setting up the opening try.
Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, take a bow. Something special. He's been creating havoc all through
Kiwis' rescue with several vital defensive plays at the back end of the game. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck becomes the first Kiwi to win both the Dally M Medal and Golden Boot Award, solidifying his status as an all-time Kiwis great.
Rog, thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations once again, 2019 International Rugby League Golden Boot Award winner. When we look at this trophy and some of the names that are on it, we're talking Hall of Famers, immortals. How does it feel to have your name etched alongside some of those great players?
Yeah, thanks, Why. I think it's a huge honour. When I look down at the list and I see the players that I look up to, players like Benji Marshall, Stacey Jones, Sean Johnson, that Kiwi list, just to be a part of that, it's a huge honour. And see someone like Anthony Minicello, who was my idol coming through at the Roosters, who I based my game off, and now Billy Slater, who's the current player who I really look up to. So it's just cool to be on this trophy with them, even though I don't see myself in the same status as these guys. It's just a huge honour.
You should do. What you've achieved so far in rugby league has been phenomenal. There's a big couple of years coming up, not only for the Warriors, but also for the Kiwis as well, with the World Cup next year overseas. And in terms of your mindset and preparation, how are you going in terms for 2021?
Yeah, I always love being in part of the Kiwis jersey and playing international and getting into camp with all the boys. And I really hope that the 2021 World Cup goes ahead. But that's quite a while for me. I'm still focusing on trying to get back into pre-season and back with the Warriors. And if I put on a good performance throughout the year, and it'll make Madge's job easy for me to get selected. But first things first is make sure you perform at club level, and then if you get the call up, then you can perform into nationals.
Well, technically, because they don't have one this year, you actually keep this for 2 years,
Cool.
I'm assuming. But once again, congratulations, the 2019 Golden Boot winner, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's now time to recognise our NZRL Community Award winners for 2020. These awards recognise the best of New Zealand's domestic talent and age group representatives, as well as standouts in the community who go above and beyond for the game of rugby league. And look at that list, Why. Some really impressive names on there achieving great things in the community. Are there any names that stand out to you?
Obviously, our premier male player, Francis Ledger, I sort of watched him over the year. He's had a fantastic year, not only with Point Chef, but also Akarana. He played the Māori tournament as well this year. He has been fantastic throughout the year. And also Harata Butler, she's been enormous. I think also acknowledging Paki Parkinson, because Paki's been a very good referee this year. And we think of our rugby league players excelling throughout the rugby league ranks. But in terms of Paki Parkinson, I hope that he actually achieves bigger things as well. I think it's really important to acknowledge all the work that goes on behind the scenes, not just the ones that have been sort of recognised here today, but also, parents, cooks, managers, coaches from all levels. It has been a trying year in terms of our community, rugby league players and coaches, and etc. So we're looking forward to better things in 2021.
That's right. The community is a big driving force behind our great sport of rugby league. Now, before we go, just a reminder that there is plenty more rugby league action coming your way in 2021, isn't there, Wai?
There is a lot of rugby league coming up. Hopefully it's as planned and it sticks to the schedule. We've got the Māori All-Stars versus Indigenous All-Stars in Townsville early in the year. The NRL season is running. We know that the Warriors are over in Australia for the first sort of month of the year, but my biggest hope is that we get to actually have some games with crowds back at Mount Smart Stadium in 2021. We're also building towards a World Cup. And then also New Queensland Maroons will play in the State of Origin next year as well. So we're looking forward to them defending their title. So a massive year of rugby league. Let's hope that it all goes to plan.
That's right, and you can watch it all here live on the home of sport on Sky Sport. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight. Have a Merry Christmas, stay safe over the holiday break. Ka kite.